Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode here on the channel with me, and as always, I'm your host, Dragon Steve. Today, we are putting up an unlisted video for y'all. The links to it will be in my Discord server and Natailia Finn's server, as well as a potential direct link from Our Lady herself. This one's going to be different from my normal content because it's a video essay on the lore of Natailia Finn, with permission from Our Lady. I'm going to structure my script similar to a college essay for two reasons. One, they're fairly easy to write. Two, I'm planning on taking a test to not have to take an English course at my college, and I have to write two essays as part of that test, so free practice while doing something I love. But anyways, without further ado, let's get into a potentially incorrect summary of Natailia Finn's lore. As I previously mentioned, I was given express permission to do this anyway. Our research subject today is a siren maid that goes by the alias of Natailia Finn, or Nat, as I'll be calling her. I have four main topics I will be going over: Nat herself, supporting characters such as Kumo and Yuno, factions and races, and lastly, the setting. That is a siren maid, e.g. half Greek siren, half mermaid, that currently lives on the island of Mithria. She is a VTuber who primarily posts ASMR videos and live streams. She is known for being late and having a fair bit of scuff, as is evidenced by the fact I came up with the hashtag Mayoshi has more scuff than Monarch. Nat calls her chat Landkin, referencing their Terra-based origins. Her two best friends are Chuta and Sishe. She also has a pet named Kuma. She currently resides on the island of Mithria and has a sister named Nephili, whose current status is unknown, but is presumed alive. She has a scar on her back from a storm that she and her sister were caught up and separated in while trying to escape hunters. The next topic I'll be covering is the supporting characters, who include Kumo, Chuta, Sishe, and Yuno. Kumo appears as a mascot and supporting character / pet in Natalia's lore. They are a chimera that primarily eats lava rocks, and is under threat of being eaten by the KCC. Chuta appears to be one of the first succubi in Nat's lore. While originally being human, she was outcast from her village for turning into a succubus after the village's belief turned her into one due to being extremely attractive. She eventually sailed to Mithria, where she became best friends with Sisei and started an idol group to help lift Sisei's spirit and entertain the other islanders. Sisei appears as an Ura in Nat's lore. She was once a human idol, but during group drama, Sisei was attacked and killed, becoming an Ura. She was later sent by the Council of Elder Ura to warn a woman who was about to have a fate similar to hers, but upon reaching the location, she faltered, seeing it was the woman who caused the drama that got her killed in the first place. The Ura Council essentially shadow banned her because of this, and she eventually left the rest of the Ura and began wandering until she stumbled upon Mithria, where she met Chuta. Yuno appears to have originally been a YN, your name, character introduced by KB. However, due to a rise in popularity thanks in part to fan art and the fanfictions of KB's son Stalgio, Yuno has become their own entity in Nat's lore. The next subject I'll be covering are the factions and races, which I'll divide into two groups: chat factions like the Landkin, NFDF, KCC, and Cult of Natailia. The in-lore factions and races are mostly the same thing and include sirens, merfolk, humans, the inhabitants of Mithria, and other mythological entities. Landkin serves as a basic name for all of Nat's fans. The Natailia Fin Defense Force, or NFDF, serve as Nat's guards against the KCC and Cult of Vertalia. Its members include Zero Overlord, the founder, yours truly, Dragon Steve, Kumo, a pair of penguin plushies named Nom Nom and Chadwick. Though primarily focused on protecting Nat, we also help protect Kumo and Sari. The Kumo Cooking Club, or KCC, is a faction of chat that wish to cook and eat Kumo, Nat, and their fellow chatter, Sari. This faction appears to have originally been formed by an individual under the name of Flappy Does Nothing, but are currently led by Map Pam. The Cult of Vertalia is a group of chatters that are led by Stalgio. They appear to be obsessed with both Nat and the Pokemon Rattata, and are trying to use the power of belief to fuse the two into one. They are currently teamed up with the KCC. Sirens appear to be the sirens of classical Greek mythology, though the beliefs from the Roman Catholic Church have led to them being more like merfolk. Merfolk appear to be the merfolk of classical mythology, and appear to be at odds with the sirens being integrated into their society because of the beliefs started by the Roman Catholic Church. Humans appear to be a driving force in Nat's lore, as they are the only race semi-unaffected by the power of belief. However, the belief in turn gets its power from the humans. The inhabitants of Mithria serves as an island of lost souls in the lore, and those that find themselves on its shores have formed a community. If an entity has enough human belief in it and it is real. The more belief an entity has, the stronger it becomes. Think Schrodinger's cat-style existence. The setting of Nat's world seems to mirror our own, other than the existence of Mithria and the belief and the fact that entities other than humans operate on a system seemingly inspired by Schrodinger's cat. And that was a brief and potentially incorrect summary of Natailia Fin's lore, in which I told you about Nat herself, supporting characters, factions and races, and lastly, the setting. I hope y'all learned something, or at least had fun listening to me rambling. I know I did. And in the words of Nat herself, have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are. And I'll see y'all in the next episode.